Bonjour! I hope everyone is doing ça va today. I am. I don't know why I start doing this. I get all fidgety and I can't sit still. Sorry. And I say sorry a lot. Welcome to the Sorry Show. Oh, and I also got this. Advertising. French tips, get it? Because the French have a thing about tips, I guess. Bonjour! Today I am outside because the theme of today's show is getting locked out. I'm not locked out, but I'm going to tell some stories about the times when I was locked out during pet sitting. And these birds keep trying to distract me, and I'm going to try to ignore them, but I'm easily distracted. So I have been locked out of pet sitting jobs 5 times so far. I've been doing this for 7 years. Last week I had a pet sitting job where I was pet sitting for some people who were living in an RV at a campground just down the road a little ways. It was really neat. It was a neat campground, and I thought, gosh, I really kind of want to live in an RV now. But they had a cat that needed to be checked on, and he had a little, like a setup where he had a little tube thingy coming out of the window and a little catio outside area, so he could hang out outside too and go back and forth inside the RV and come back outside. And so when he was going outside, I went out to go hang out with him out there, and then turned around to go back in and could not get back in because the door had locked behind me. I didn't even know you could do that on an RV. I don't even know if you can. I don't know what happened, but the keys to get into the RV and my car keys were inside. Luckily, my phone was not. My phone I had with me. So I went around and checked all the windows, doors, checked, make sure, see if anything was open or unlocked, or see if there was anything I could maybe jimmy in somehow. And I was just at a blank, and I contacted the owners, said, is there any chance there's an extra key somewhere? She gave me the only key they had, so I knew they didn't have another key. And this was at a campground, so like you're not really likely to give a key to somebody at a campground like you would your neighbors. So I was just kind of like, what do I do? Because not only is I'm locked out, but they'll be locked out when they get back too, because that's their key and their only way to get in. So looked high and low, figuring out, is there a way to climb under the RV? Is there some kind of like secret passageway that I could break into? And the only thing I thought was that the cat window, the window that was rigged so the cat could go in and out. I don't even know if I could fit, and I had to get up high to get to it because it was like off the ground a ways. So luckily they had a ladder underneath the RV, and luckily I was able to figure out how to use the ladder because it had this like weird thing you have to push in the sides to make it open. So I figured out how to use the ladder, got up there. So luckily I had my pocket knife on me, my trusty pocket knife that always scares my mom because she's like, you're gonna stab yourself with that. But I love it. I use it a lot. Just kidding. I use it a lot for utilitarian reasons, not violence. Violence is never good. But never mind. I was able to cut away the duct tape from the window for the tube, and then I climbed through the window, wriggled myself through into the RV, like my butt sticking out like that scene in the Winnie the Pooh where he gets stuck in the hole. But I wasn't stuck, luckily. That would have been another story. I was like, but I can't believe I'm doing this right now. I can't believe I'm actually in, because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, This is hopeless. I don't know what I'm going to do. The cat was just inside looking at me like, what's your problem? What's wrong with you? And they actually had a pet cam in there, so I think there's probably, the owners have a video of me climbing in through the window, which would be pretty funny to watch. She came in through the cat room window. Oh, so I got back in, and because I had removed the cat tube from the window, I had to put it all back together, and luckily they just happened to have some duct tape sitting out, and so I was able to just tape it up back on like like nothing had happened back. So I texted them and said, it's fine, I got back in. And they were like, oh, great, how did you do it? And I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to tell the story about how I broke into their RV. So I'm outside. I hope the sound is okay. If it's not, I have one of these. I thought, I see these a lot, you know, the people on these shows that have these cool little, like, microphones that look like they're talking into a makeup applicator. And so I just wanted to look cool, like I was one of those bloggers, influencers on YouTube, but it's actually just a cat toy, so it doesn't do anything. But it looks cool. Water break already? Gosh, it's hot. I love my water. I got locked out. The first time I got locked out was people give me just the key, the loose key like this, not on a keychain. So when I was using it, I would just use it to get in the house and then set it on the stairs next to the doorway. It was like the stairs went up, butted up against a wall, and when I set it one time on the stairs, it like just went whoosh, into a little crack in the wall. Who knows where? Just lost forever. So I had to contact her and go looking through her house for, she's like, I might have a spare key here. No? Okay, try here, maybe here. So I was just like rummaging through her house trying to find the spare key. Finally found the spare key, and then I had to go make a copy of the spare so that, so she had a replacement. That wasn't a very exciting story, but that was the first one. The second one was, I have 5. So what is that? 1, 2. Oh, okay. And then the second one was, it was raining. It was nighttime and it was raining, and I was pet sitting for 2 dogs and chickens. And the UPS guy was coming down the driveway, and the driveway where I was like steep, so I wanted to go meet him so he didn't have to come all the way down. So I thought, well, I'll go out and grab the package from him, save him the trip. So I just puppy, just kidding, I love bees. And I just like, okay, just like run out in my socks real quick, grab the thing and go back in the house, no biggie. So I went out in my stocking feet at night in the rain, grabbed the package, turned around to go back inside, and it was locked. The door was the kind where it feels like it's open when you're inside, but on the outside it's locked. So I didn't realize that it was that kind that automatically is locking. So luckily I had my phone with me, and the only way that I could get back in the house was because the back door was unlocked. Super! So because I had my phone, luckily I was able to use my flashlight feature to look where I was stepping, because it was nighttime and it was raining and there was like rocks and stuff everywhere, and so I was just in my stocking feet and didn't want to hurt my feet walking on rocks. So I walked the entire way around the block like this, like super slow, because I didn't want to hurt my feet on anything. And then I think I had to climb over the gate. I know, are you trying to add to the show? Hi, what are you talking about? Hi, you want to be part of it? She's so talkative. Yap, just like me. Are you copying me? Oh, there's a morning dove. What's all this talk about? What's with this ruckus, guys? Hi, you're cute. Hello. She's like doing this weird little dance thing. I don't know, I can't figure it out what she wants. It's a little late in the spring for that. Summer lovin'. She's like scolding the guy. It's a female. Oh, is it a baby? She's acting like she wants to be fed. climbed over their fence into the backyard, walked through their backyard, through all the mud and weeds and stuff to get to the back door. And then by the time I had gotten into the house, the dogs had been on their own. I was drinking coffee before this happened, and the dogs got into my coffee and knocked it on the floor, spilled coffee all over the rug, chewed up the cup. So then I was worried the dog had ingested coffee and pieces of plastic from the chewed up cup. And then I had to clean up all the spilled coffee all over the floor. And then I took a bath because I was going to wash my feet and put on clean socks after that.
And now a word from our sponsor.
When you want to be French, just the tip. That's my commercial voice. I don't know why. It sounds like this. Hi! I could sound like that all the time, but it would be weird, and it wouldn't be natural. Maybe they're mad that I'm here, or they just like get out of the way we want to eat. They're super annoyed with me right now. Okay, I'm going to try to block that out. Focus. Focus. I haven't eaten yet either, so it makes it harder to focus. So I'm going to drink some water to focus. This is focus water. Not actually, though. It's just water. Grape flavored water. Yummy. It's like wine, only not. So, what was my point? And then the third time I was pet sitting, and it was another case where they gave me the key with no key ring, just the key. So this time I kept it in my car in the little console. So anytime I went somewhere, I had it in the console so it couldn't get lost. And then I would just, I'm looking at the birds, sorry. That they're so cute. You would be too if you could see them. But this time I was putting it in my car, so I thought I'll put it in the center console of my car where the cup holder is, so it's just easy to grab it, can't get lost. So I was coming back from somewhere and I reached in to get the key and it's not there, and I'm like, I know I put it in here. Am I a magician? I mean, do I have a ghost in my car or something, like Ghost in the Machines that's hiding my keys? I didn't understand like where it could go, where it could possibly have gone. So I was kind of freaking out and looking everywhere. Like, I didn't put it anywhere else. I know it was here. I know I put it here. And it's not here. So finally, I think I looked inside of it and saw that there was like a little tiny crack in the plastic. So it had somehow gone through this little separation in the plastic of my cup holder. And so I was like, oh, great. I looked under the car thinking maybe it went like straight through to the ground. So I went under there and I was looking everywhere. It wasn't there. And I looked up and there was like no way it could have come through. So it was somewhere in the car still. And I contacted the owners and they said they don't have a spare and could I get into the back door? And I was like, no, because I locked the back door because that's what I do when I leave. I'm responsible. I'm a responsible pet house sitter. So I secured the house when I wasn't there. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm getting in. There's no open windows or anything. There's nothing. So they got me in touch with one of their friends that they thought might have a spare key. So then I got the spare key from this friend and tried her spare key, which didn't work. So the only thing I could do, I was just so mad at this point that I had a crowbar and I just took the crowbar and I pried the plastic console up out of my car to get and just remove the whole thing and grab the key out. And I was just like, my car's really old and I'm not getting any money for it when I sell it anyway. So I was just kind of like, oh well. So I put the console thing back in and like popped it back into place, and it's like fine. You can't tell. It worked out. So I got the key back, and then from that point on, I decided when they gave me a loose key, I'm gonna stick it on here on my keychain because this is my car keys, and these are my keychains that I've had on my keys since 1997. Woot! This one's from Disneyland Paris. Been on my keys since 1997. So the Next time I got locked out was in the heat of summer. I was in a neighborhood not too far from where I live where it gets really, really hot in the summertime. So it was over 100 degrees and I was leaving. And in this case, they had one of those door locks that has a keypad on it. So you don't need a key. You just put in the number code. What? Anyway, so the battery had died on it, so I couldn't lock it. So there's no way I could lock the front door once I closed it. And the people were coming home later. And so I contacted them. I'm like, what should I do? Should I just leave the door unlocked until you get home? And they were like, no, you can lock it manually from the inside and then go out the garage. So I was like, oh, okay. So I locked it manually, and then there was a garage door to the garage from the house. So I locked that behind me too, so that nobody could come in through the garage. So I was in the garage and opened the garage door so that I could run out. And every time I tried running out, it tripped the sensor, so the garage door would go back up again. It was really hot, and I was so over this. I was just like, oh, I just want to go home already. I'm so sick of this heat. I just want to go home. I probably was hungry. I'm always hungry. So I contacted the people, and I was like, okay, so now I'm stuck in your garage, and I can't get out, and the thing keeps opening every time I try to leave. And then, so that at that point, they just said, leave the garage door open since the other two doors were locked to the house. At least the house was secured. And leave the garage unlocked. So that was exciting. Oh, and I have another pet sitting story that isn't related to getting locked out. But I have so many exciting stories. My mom was like, you should put together a novel of all your exciting pet sitting stories. And now that I'm telling them, I really don't think they sound exciting enough for a novel. Probably not even for this, but bear with me. I also had a pet sitting job about last summer, and this was for a dog. I got home late. For some reason, I don't remember why, but it was really hot. It had been really hot, like 100, over 100, like 112 maybe, and wanted to let the dog out before he went to bed, so I just let him outside in the backyard, and he just took off after something and went running into the bushes, and I was just like running after him like, what are you after? Don't kill it. My concern is always like saving the whatever it is he's after. And turns out it was a skunk. So he came, I got him back in, and I'm like, get in the house. And then he got in the house, and I'm like, no, get out of the house. He ran straight to the couch, like rolled around on it, was just like all over the couch, like, ooh. So made the couch all stinky. So then I was like, no. And I got him into a bathroom, so I could lock him into the bathroom. And then I was just like, I don't know, what do I do? It was in the middle of the night. I couldn't contact the owner. And I was like Googling, like, what do you use to get skunk out of dogs? And there were some products you could get, and I was like, okay, is there some place near here that's open 24 hours I could buy this stuff and get it? And then it was like homemade remedies, and it was like, okay, if you have dish soap and baking soda or something like that. And I was like, okay, she's got to have these things in her house. I was looking through all the cabinets, so it's like everybody's got baking soda in their house, and there was nothing. The only thing I could find was the dish soap. So I just washed him with dish soap in the bathtub like 12 times until I thought, okay, finally that's got to be enough. And then I dried him off as best I could, and then he spent the night in the garage because luckily it was really hot, so he would dry in like 5 minutes being out there. Like 3 days later, I think the smell was kind of gone enough, so it wasn't that overwhelming. But when the lady came home, she said she didn't notice, so that was a good thing. So that's my exciting pet sitting stories. Stay tuned for more, probably, if I keep getting jobs. I hope I have some exciting, like good pet sitting stories, maybe, that aren't harrowing. Also, deal with the genders? I don't understand this. So if cheese, fromage in French is masculine in gender, if all cheeses are masculine, where do baby cheeses come from? What else? Oh, and also when there are new words, like new words enter the vocabulary all the time, how do they decide? Who gets to decide if it's masculine or feminine? I don't understand why there isn't like a rule. There should just be like, if it starts with one of these letters, it's female, and if it starts with one of these letters, it's male. Why can't we just do it that way? Is that a job? The guy at the dictionary's job just to decide if it's male or female? I don't even know why they decided to do that in the first place. They were first coming up with words, like somebody was inventing a language way back thousands of years ago, and they're like, you know what? If we're gonna call something something, we should also determine if it's male or female. Who the heck? Why? That rock over there, that's definitely a male rock, so I'm gonna call that La Rock. Whatever rock is in French. I don't know, I'm not gonna look it up. La crayon is clearly male. No, wait. How do you say? Oh, plume. La plume. That's also male. So anything like that you write with is male? I wonder if erasers are female. That would be kind of funny. Well, I have a job interview tomorrow over the phone for a job at Tractor Supply. That's an in-person job, so I'd actually have to drive to Paso for it, which might be okay. Just doesn't pay that well, but I think it's a delivery job, so that would be kind of fun. Plus, if I got like an employee discount on tractor supplies, that would be cool. And maybe I can get a tractor one day, a John Deere. I said I had a job interview at Tractor Supply, and my mom's like, driving a tractor? Yep. Maybe one day. I can dream. Water break. I love my grapey water. Oh, there's the nuthatch. Let me see that picture really quick. Pose for me. Okay, bye. Hi, little bird. Hi, little birdie. So it's a white-breasted nuthatch. And the other bird is a titmouse, which is neither a tit nor a mouse. Kind of seems like whoever comes up with any just names has a little bit of a fetish about boobs. Bird pervs. Oh, my stomach's growling. One of the reason I had to come out here was because my house smells like almond croissant right now. I have one of those plug-in air fresheners that smells so good I want to eat it. It makes me so hungry every time I'm in there. I'm like, oh, croissant. Cat's hanging out by my cherry tree. I'm gonna take your picture. Take the picture so the people at home can see. There's my beautiful cherry tree. And Tortellini. Tortellini's the tortie. And little boy blue, is orange fluffy guy. We've seen him in previous episodes. Oh, I wanted to talk about my progress because for some reason today I was just thinking like how far I've come. I just feel like I've come so far in the last 6 months. And from when I started, when I realized looking back that I think for 5 years that I was working for my last job, working remotely from home, I think I was really depressed and I didn't realize it. I never left the house. I never put on makeup. I never brushed my hair a lot of the times. I never dressed up. I never did anything. Like, I didn't care how I looked. I gained weight. I didn't get any exercise. I was just kind of like, blah. Now, I feel so much stronger and more confident. And I know keeping this as a diary for myself, but I also want to share this so that other people who are experiencing this can, other people who are experiencing lack of focus and easily distracted by birds can relate to me. But other than that, maybe they can relate to this journey that I've been on. Didn't really want to be on this journey, didn't choose to be on this journey, but I think it's been a good thing in the long run. And I think I've come a long way. And I feel like I have more of focus, even though I don't have a job. I'm open to kind of whatever job comes along. I mean, within reason. I have my standards, but whether it be being a delivery driver for Tractor Supply in Paso, or working remotely as a billing specialist from home, or something in between, or nowhere near either of them, that is like open. I'm not super picky about that. But I feel like I have a trajectory for the future, and I kind of like, I know where I want to be and where I want to go, and the job is just, I just need the job to help me get there. But I have the focus now and the intention to do it, and I've worked on myself a lot. And even though I've been unemployed, you would think that would be the time when I'm depressed, but I was depressed when I was employed before, in a job that was not very fulfilling, very boring, and I just felt like I wasn't really being used well. It was a real no-brainer job that didn't tedious but boring. Oh, there's Ruby. Oh, hey Ruby, I'm gonna take your picture, show the people at home. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. She's got no tail. She's so cute. She's got a little nub tail. Little baby girl. Anyway, so where was I? So in the time that I've been unemployed, I've been kind of using it to my advantage to work on myself, self-confidence. This has been a big part of that, because I don't consider myself like a blogger, or I'm definitely not an influencer. I don't want to be, but putting this out there is kind of a growing experience for me, and opening myself up to judgment and criticism, but getting past caring. And I mean, I judge myself more than anybody else could, so I'm trying to be better about that, and I'm trying to not be so hard on myself. And I've got more confident, and I feel like I've gotten more centered, if that makes any sense, because I do like meditation now and stuff like that. And myself, like focus, which I have a really hard time doing, obviously. And so I've been getting better at that, and I've been working on myself too. Like, I've been working out, I've been getting into better shape, I've lost weight. I care about how I look now. And I've been, doing, like, I have a little beauty routine at night now, and I listen to some meditation before sleeping and things like that. That is just kind of all part of the self-care thing that I've been doing. And talking with my hands a lot, apparently. Like I need a sock puppet or something. Self-care. So I just wanted to share that being unemployed doesn't have to be depressing. Sometimes being employed, but with the wrong job, is more depressing, definitely. And you can make what you want of it, because, like, you get served certain things in life, and it's up to you to make the best of it or the worst of it, and it's totally up to you. So I have decided to use this time wisely, hopefully, and hopefully I've learned whatever lesson this is meant to teach me, and so I can move forward, so I can get to the next part of the journey, and the journey which hopefully is going to lead me to Paris. Oh, and so Paris je t'aime, but one more time for the water. French tip. This hand turned out better than this one, because this one I had to do with my left hand and I'm right-handed, so this got all blotchy splotchy, but this hand looks pretty good. Yeah, look. Oh, French tips. Gonna be a hand model. And that being said, Paris je t'aime.